Monday. Week 25 is here. Oh, but wait, not yet. I am going to take Monday off. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this day off. I will be back at it Tuesday. Tuesday, we will be booking loads, picking up, and dropping off. Yes, yes, yes. And Tuesday, time to get back to work. Forgot to take a picture of my load at the end of the day, so had to do a little creative editing. But here's our loads. We got our loads all picked up. We have one for 425, one for 430, and then another one for 425. Nice little paying load. Got that going back to Phoenix. Wednesday, here we are. Once again, I forgot to take my pictures. So, some more creative editing. But yeah, here's our loads. We have one for a direct customer that was paying $425, another one $400 off of the load board, and another one $400 off of the load board. This day was kind of a runaround day. Uh, there was an in-up that we had booked for $600 that had fallen through, and the one in the middle of the Scion, that one was supposed to be a running vehicle, but when we showed up, it ended up being an inoperable vehicle. We took that one for 400. We were already there. We didn't want to look for another vehicle, and there wasn't many vehicles on the load board going in our route. So it's just one of those days that was a little bit more complicated than it had to be, but we got it done. Here is Thursday. Thursday, we actually remembered to take a picture of our load. Yay! The Mini Cooper and the Jeep Liberty I had already booked, and the Honda Accord we actually booked that day off of the load board. I did have another vehicle booked. It was a Chevy Spark, a small one. I think we would have been able to squeeze them all together and maybe get all four on there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I also had booked vehicles from this location before, and more than once the load has not been there. So I had a feeling that that Chevy Spark was not going to be there. So that's the biggest reason why I had booked that fourth vehicle, the Honda Accord. Then, of course, I get to the Chevy Spark, which is the first pickup location I went to, and the vehicle was not there. We went ahead and picked up our other two vehicles, the Mini Cooper and the Liberty, and then we picked up our Honda Accord after that. Friday, last day of the week. Woo! Okay. Friday was a busy day. We went and did our 3 drop-offs as early as possible. Then I went to go pick up the Honda Civic, the car in the middle. After that, I went and dropped that off at the yard. From there, I went to the railroad station, and I picked up 2 vehicles for a direct customer, and I took those up to a local delivery up in Wickenburg, which is like 35 miles away from the rail station. You'll see those at the end of this clip. And then after I dropped those off, I went back, picked up the Dodge Journey, and after that, I went and picked up the Mercedes. So yeah, got all that stuff loaded up. I made an extra $200 for the local delivery that I did. All in all, busy day, but a good day. So yeah, let me show you the 2 other vehicles I picked up. Had to do some creative editing on this one as well. But yeah, I didn't include the mileage on this one because then it would have made my numbers look really, really good because I only went 35 miles. So as far as all the other deliveries, I included the mileage on that one, on those loads, but not on this load. We just went ahead and added the dollar amount to the gross. But other than that, we kept everything else without the mileage on this vehicle, on these 2 vehicles. And here we are. This is what everybody likes to see, is the numbers. So here we go. First, we're going to get our total gross for the week. We got $5,330. Now, always remember, that is gross. That is not what is coming into the bank account. This is what we are going to bill, invoice, and send out for payment. So this money has not hit the bank account yet. But yes, $5,330 on a 4-day week, I will take that. That is a good week for me. Yes, 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 I will take that. I drove 2,147 miles. It's a little bit heavy on a 4-day week, but we did do a couple runs for a direct customer, gave us a little bit of deadhead. But for a normal week, 2,000 miles, it's about right. That gives me $2.48 all miles. A little bit low for what I like, but in this market, it is what it is. This week, had quite a bit of money deposited into the account. Had a total of $6,595, which is nice because I have some bills to pay. Let's get into these expenses. Here we go. We had some fuel to pay this week, $1,400 worth. We had just under $200 of miscellaneous stuff. That's just meals and stuff I had to buy for the truck here and there. And we also had a truck payment due. So we took care of that truck payment. That truck payment was $1,000. That leaves me with a total profit of $4,000, just under $4,000. And you're thinking to yourself, well, wow, that's a lot of money. Not really. I still got to pay myself. So I'm going to pay myself out of that. And that leaves. And how much am I going to pay myself? Well, I pay myself $1,000 a week. That's what I pay myself. And you're thinking to yourself, hey, that leaves $3,000. What are you doing with those $3,000? Well, remember that $22,000 engine? Yeah, I still have to pay for that. The Ford cost $1,400 to fix. Yeah, still have to pay for that. So that's where the rest of that money is going. I have a credit card where I put all my expenses on, and with that $22,000 fix, the $1,400 fix, yeah, that left a nice little, about $25,000 balance. So that's what I'm working on paying. So if you see my nice profit last week, that was I think like $3,000, and the $3,000 profit this week after I pay myself, well, yeah, that's $6,000. I still owe $25,000, so that $25,000, it's down to about $19,000. So next week, when I have a decent little profit or a small little profit, it's still going to go to paying off that debt that I have from the engine and the Ford as well. So yes, while you see that profit margin of $4,000, that looks really nice. And you can always say, well, what if your engine didn't break? What if the Ford didn't break? What if you didn't need tires? What if you don't need an oil change? Well, what ifs all aside is my engine did break. I do have to pay $22,000. To repair the Ford, it cost me $1,400. I'm going to have to put tires on the truck here soon, about another week, maybe 2 weeks at the most. So that's going to be another $1,500. The tax man came calling. Not the actual IRS, but my CPA sent me the bill for doing all my taxes, keeping me legal, keeping me from going to jail. That's going to cost me $1,800. So yes, you see these real nice profit margins, but there are a lot of expenses to be paid. And with all that being said, I still love doing this. I have a lot of fun doing this. I enjoy it. So I'm going to keep on doing it until I can. Hopefully, those big profit margins keep on coming, and hopefully I get to see a little bit more of it in my pocket. But these are the numbers that I have. This is what I'm showing you. And if you're going to get into it, just know that all these guys putting out all these numbers for big old profits, big old gross margins and all that stuff, they look pretty, but you also got to take account of expenses. A lot of you guys don't show you expenses. I'm trying my best to show you all my expenses, my numbers, and this and that. Yes, there's tons of money to be made, but there's also tons of money to be lost. If you are already doing this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're not doing this yet and you're watching videos to maybe get an example of what you're doing or get an idea of what you're doing, my best recommendation to you is before you even start, make sure you have money put away for your bills and for your living expenses, your everyday living expenses. Before you even take your first load, before you even get your insurance, before you even do your MC, get your authority on that stuff, make sure you have money put away just in case your truck goes down, just in case you can't work, just in case you break a bone and you're in the hospital for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Make sure you have money to pay your bills for, I would recommend, at least 6 months before you start doing any of this. Before you take this financial risk, make sure you have that money set aside. Once you get your insurance quotes, once you get your truck down, once you get your trailer down, all that stuff, just make sure you have that financial part set aside. That way you can work on the physical part, picking up cars, dropping off cars, the mental part, seeing how much money comes in and how much money goes out. That way when your truck breaks down, your trailer goes down, you have that money set aside and you're not worrying about bills. If you come into this business and you don't have that money set aside, you will go broke very quickly. These trucks take a lot of money to maintain. These trailers take a lot of money to maintain. So make sure you have plenty of capital in there. Other than that, I'm going to keep on picking up cars and dropping off cars. I will see you guys next week. If you guys have any questions, you have any comments, leave them down below. I try the best to get to all my comments. But like I say, I will see you guys next